Mental health has become really an urgent issue in our society, especially on college campuses throughout the country. I'm sure everyone listening to this has known someone or known of someone that's battled with mental health issues. Students in universities today they have so many more responsibilities to succeed, to make money, all that fun stuff, and it's an issue really. There's nothing wrong with being stressed out from time to time. It does get to a point where it really can be too much for anyone. So why is this important to us? As college students, we need to represent the best interests of each other, and in turn, do what we can do to make sure those who need help get it. And throughout this speech, I urge you to take action in your own community. As students, support each other, support your friends, your peers, and just raise awareness amongst our peers to help bring about a real change. So our problem, we got a full-blown mental health epidemic, currently plaguing campuses. Emotional well-being and academic performance are closely linked, notably by which was indicated by a multi-year Japanese study, which followed undergraduate students and found that those with poor mental health were more than 150% more likely to perform poorly in the classroom. Meanwhile, Penn State researchers showed that students who regularly exploit the mental health resources offered by their university typically do better in an academic year. Additionally, over 60% of students passed the threshold for at least one mental health concern over the 2020-2021 school year, according to the American Psychological Association, which is nearly a 50% rise since 2013, so scary stuff. So it's impossible to argue about the significance of readily available mental health options on campus when you look at numbers like this. It also really brings up another crucial issue to consider. I mean, how much funding should we reallocate to these services, especially when it means what we have to sacrifice with these other student programs? Specifically for Boone, the counseling center I know has really long appointment times. A study was done in, I believe it was 2024. Some students have reported waits of 3 to 5 weeks during the peak seasons, which is just insane, especially for something as pertinent as mental health. It's an important fact to consider, and we'll talk about it more in a second. But just trying to get back to what I said in the introduction, we do have a major influence in this situation. We have the power. We are the voice. We are the people, right? All that fun stuff. So step one is to increase our funding. Pretty obvious. At the moment, many clinics are stretched thin. Increase in demand, yet we don't have the supply of strong and dedicated counselors. It's just lagging behind just a few years. So the most immediate and effective response would be to increase crisis response resources and counseling specialists. So according to the JED Foundation, increasing counselor to student ratios improves student retention and substantially reduces the frequency of crisis incidents. So students are far more inclined to take care of issues before they become emergencies in the first place when they're able to receive that assistance quickly without having to wait for extended periods of time. Additionally, more counselors would allow for specialized treatment for certain problems like anxiety, trauma, academic stress, and even things like regular care, follow-ups, just anything. So by expanding this, campuses may safely and effectively intervene in emergency situations, help to prevent injury, and ensure that students have access to all the resources they need to continue their education. For institutions in rural locations or undeserved locations such as Boone, where there are few in-person clinicians and students frequently lack transportation, teletherapy has been an essential tool that patients use to receive assistance without actually having to go directly to a clinic and wait in line. So universities like App State might benefit for something like teletherapy. You can boost the number of counseling appointments by working with these certified telehealth networks. These doctors call in from literally anywhere in the world, and they can assist you with anything you need. So for conditions like anxiety, depression, and stress-related diseases, it's not only a practical use, but just as beneficial as traditional in-person therapy, according to the Mayo Clinic. So this indicates that even at busy times when appointments are completely booked, students can still obtain immediate, high-quality assistance. Teletherapy might be an essential component on any campus where demand regularly outpaces supply. And this just makes sure that no student is left waiting for assistance, because time is the only issue, really. So yeah, on the flip side or counter argument, A lot of people claim that, increasing financials for mental health would mean reducing support for recreational and wellness programs. This argument is exaggerates the nature of the problem that students are experiencing. It's true that healthy habits, social interaction, and physical fitness can lower stress and promote emotional resilience. In fact, according to the American Council on Education, these behaviors can help avert mental health problems before they arise. However, treatment cannot be substituted for prevention. Programs for exercise and recreation cannot treat depression or do any of that stuff. Students need more than just a gym membership or an opportunity to play some sports. They need someone to talk to. Quick experts, anytime, any day. It's what we need. So with this in mind, what exactly can we as students do to help others open up to the idea of mental health? One realistic and immediate action our class can take is to partner with the Counseling Center on campus to create campus-wide digital awareness push. And in tandem with this, we're going to do in-person information tables outside of high traffic areas like maybe Peacock or Sanford. We would design clear, easy to understand posts on social media and short videos that highlight local resources for counseling, crisis hotlines, and mental health services most students don't even know exist. At the same time, we might have a booth set up, like I said, in those high traffic areas, handing out cards, information cards, or tools, or just little tidbits of information that can really help anybody. This kind of targeted student-led outreach directly increases awareness and demonstrates to campus leadership that mental health is a priority, and students are willing to take action. From that point on, our message becomes clear. Expanding mental health services at App State isn't just an administrative issue. It's a responsibility that all of us share. The crisis students are facing is real and immediate, and we do have the power to push for meaningful improvements. Ultimately, the question is not whether the university should do more, but whether we as students will step up to support and advocate for the resources our campus urgently needs. So I urge you all to step up in your communities, not just in App State, but in your communities at home where you live. Step up, and you might not need help, but I'm sure someone you know does, so it never hurts to ask. Thank you.